looking everywhere. Looking at cities, looks straight to me. Talking straight to not to look left. I got more regards for love. I got strength to live for one skin. This gets
The lead, a bit of string, take two.
All right. Everybody doing out there? Are you alive? Come on, man. Are you dead? Spiritually or physically? Before I had a lot of pain inside. I know that's a lot of people out there. They got that same pain. And there's one way to get rid of that internal pain. Jesus Christ.
Lord had been speaking to me telling me that if I didn't start giving my testimony fully, that he was going to take me out of this band. And that was kind of scary. When I was 18 years old, I had an abortion. I want to tell you that at that time I wasn't saved and I didn't know God, and in all honesty, I don't think I really had any idea of what I was doing. After I got saved and realized what I had done, it took me a long time to understand that God could forgive me of doing that. But you see, the Lord can forgive you of anything. That's what Scripture says. That he will forgive us if we ask him and repent. And before I knew Jesus and asked him into my heart, I used to have these thoughts sometimes about taking my own life because I used to think that life really didn't matter. But you know, life really doesn't matter when you don't have the Lord.
We actually can play good. Or at least you guys can actually think so.
Be a fun question. So what about the songs? Robbie, what was your favorite song that you wrote on Return Fire?
None.
I like the ones that you wrote on the first EP.
Yeah, those were the best.
They were the best, weren't they? Which one were they?
You had some cool songs on Return Fire, you know, except for the ones that, you know.
The one that we think we did most live was
It's a Crazed World.
right.
That would still work today.
Off Return Fire, Emergency is my favorite song. Why musically? I don't know. I just like that song. I like the way it sounds. The first EP, I guess, It's Through You would be my favorite song because it's the first song that I ever wrote.
1, 2, 3, 4.
It's the first song that the Lord ever gave me because I had just been saved a couple of months right before I wrote that song. And I felt that it was really a supernatural thing when I wrote that song because I didn't even know what I was doing on the bass. Not that I'm doing it, but yeah. Yeah, I know a little more now. And yeah, that song, It's Through You, was really my first song that I wrote, sort of a testimony song.
Yeah, that song meant quite a bit to me, also because that song marked our first departure from sounding like the Ramones and the Clash when we were playing original stuff. It was actually the song that ushered in our doing hardcore. I mean, I had known about it. I didn't know if everybody else was kosher to doing it. But then Nina comes in and writes this thing. She gives me the bass line on a tape, and I'm trying to figure out all these different ways of doing it, including me playing slide guitar and putting it to a Bo Diddley beat. But what it wound up being was just, she wanted this fast beat. I mean, Robbie and I worked on doing it Bo Diddley and whatever. We played back to Nina. She goes, no, that's not what I want. And, finally we stumbled upon the hardcore. That's what she liked, the fast hardcore beat that, Robbie had managed to glean from his Barnabas records. and off we went. So that was quite a milestone, that one song, because that was what made possible for me to write, sort of gave me the courage to write things like Better Off and Question What Authority, And as far as the song that I wrote, though, I guess the one that I prefer of all these releases, not that I prefer, but I guess it's the one that was a milestone also, was Kill Satan. It was, my first conscious attempt at really doing a speed metal song. We had been doing like stuff that was kind of like heavy metal that Robbie had written before. It was very metal influenced because we sort of wore our individual influences on our sleeves a little more clearly at first, and now we kind of like sort of run them all together, which is I guess a better way. But that's part of being a band. But anyway, that was my first real attempt at writing a speed metal song. I wrote it in Dallas when I was staying with my friend Al at Dallas Theological Seminary. I bought this record by Corrosion of Conformity at an underground store there, and it was really wild because I had to sneak this record that had this, really gnarly cover into the seminary because, I didn't want to be seen, by all these seminarians, with some cover, drawn by that guy that draws all these things by Metallica now. And it was a wild cover, but anyway, that's kind of getting off the subject matter. I wrote most of the song in Dallas, and I got the tune together playing on a guitar that I was playing upside down on my friend's acoustic guitar, and I finished off writing the words flying back home. So I have very vivid memories of writing that song, and that was kind of like the beginning of a conscious effort to really go insane.
Next question is about Alienated. Why did we do Alienated? It was fast. It was like the only, we started off doing a bunch of covers. What did? We did I Am the Resurrection. By Undercover, we did Brand New Creation. We also did some other cover tunes that we kind of dropped quickly, but they were fun. We did
was that ska?
Born to Be Unlucky by Larry Norman, and we did that ska song on By Undercover. What is it? Loving God makes me a happy boy. That's how we did it, man. It was all, it was so, But Alienated survived. It was like closest to, the fast stuff that we were doing.
A lot slower.
We did a lot slower when we first started. Now, then we did it faster than Res Band, People might accuse us of putting that in as a marketing ploy to get the Cornerstone, but I think we got the Cornerstone more because of knowing Chris White, our friend from up there, than anything else.
And this is Chris White, live from Jesus People USA in Chicago. Remember when I first heard of the lead was in Acme newsletter around in late '85, and I was thinking of buying their single, but I had heard so much Christian punk that was, or what was supposed to be Christian punk, that ended up being pretty lame, so I really toyed with the idea whether I should buy it or not. But then I went ahead and bought the 4-song single, and when I finally got it, I was so impressed. Say, support this band and buy the Return Fire tape.
The bottom line. Anytime that we're able to share the gospel with somebody and they come to accept the Lord is always a really great thing for us. For me specifically, I counseled a couple of Christian
kids, like, you know, one that was, you know, had a lot of problems in his life, you know, with parents and whatnot, and also another one who was contemplating suicide. And in both cases, I think I was able to identify with what they were saying, you know, so I really felt like, you know, God sort of put them in my way. And it's really neat because you feel like you have this person's life for a second, like, you know, like God put it in your hands, you know, and you know, God sort of gave it to you, gave that life to you for a second to sort of shape it a little more in His way, you know, of course, with His power.
The lead. Final words.
To everybody that has supported us over the last 5 years.
Yeah, and especially the people that have taken the time to write all the magazines. And Cornerstone Festival really, you know, deserves a special commendation. I mean, they didn't have to invite us up or anything like that, and they were, you know, so nice to do so in early '87, and that was really what, you know, made us jump from a little local band that sold a few records here and there to something that wound up having national prominence and eventually, you know, signed record deals and all that, you know. And we do want to thank our two labels, both you, Mark, for taking care of our early stuff. And we do want to thank old Doug and Athiest because he tries. We love you, Doug, and we hope that Burn This Record is you know, now being distributed in Japan as we speak.
Burn your house.
And with that, Vertical Takeoff Music hopes you enjoyed the lead of Bit of Strange.
Yeah, you out there listen to the tape, read Revelation 7:17 now.
Lead, the lead. Hey, that could be the name for our band. How we got the name.
Boom, how we got the name.
Oh, okay. Is this on?
Yeah, it's on. Just talk and hold it there. That'll be fine.
One day I was reading the Bible, and I was in Psalms, and I don't actually remember which psalm it was, but I remember looking on the page and seeing the word lead, something like between 10 and 12 times, something like that. And the more this word just kept sort of popping out of the pages, and the more I looked at it, I just started thinking, lead, the lead. Hey, that could be the name for our band. And that's how it came about.
A name with "the" in front of it was pretty cool, you know. Most of our music sounded like, you know, that of bands whose names all consisted of letters that stood for something. If we could make an epigram out of the lead, if we could make each of the letters in lead stand for something. And the best one we came up with was Lamb Ends All Death. Lamb Ends All Death. Lamb Ends All Death. Lamb Ends All. Lamb Ends All. Lamb Ends. But anyway, we just stayed on with the lead. It's a cool name, and I guess the more unlikely it is, the better, considering our attitudes now, you know, where we sort of want to get rid of all, you know, preconceived stereotypes and all that.
Well, this is Doug Van Pelt of Heaven's Metal, and I wanted to relay a little story. My friends in One Bad Pig, you know, went to Charlotte, North Carolina to play with the lead. And they came back laughing and joking about a new little place they had at Disneyland called the Julio Room. Julio likes his music so incredibly loud and obnoxiously turned up